Hi guys, and welcome back to the channel, and welcome back to a new week where we will of course be starting the week with a wonderful episode of Steins episode 11 today. I hope that you guys had a nice weekend and that you were able to do whatever it is that you wanted to do. Hopefully it wasn't running errands all weekend, unless that is of course what you enjoy doing or what you had to get done. But yeah, I hope that we're able to enjoy this next week and take it easy and enjoy these episodes and just see what comes our way in episode number 11 today. And of course, more to come later in the week. And yeah, I'm not going to really take much more of your time here, but if you guys enjoy, please leave a like, subscribe if you haven't already, and comment down below letting me know how you like your eggs. Do you like them scrambled? Do you like them poached? Do you like them hard boiled? What other way is there? Just let me know how you like your eggs. And yeah, we're going to check out this episode right now. So here we go. Episode 11. Steins. Alright, let's see what we get in this episode. I'm sure it's going to be a crazy one as always. Of course, we're starting with the timeline. We're going to draw his attention. That makes sense. That makes sense. Seduce him? Girl, don't. So we're now using her to draw the attention away from Mr. Ron so we can run experiments. Why don't we just run experiments at night when he's not here? Or is he always here? Wow, she took her jacket off. I think that's the first time we've ever seen her without her jacket on. Damn. Okay, turn the TV off. That's weird. Gonna turn the TV back on. The TV's evolved? Is the experiment not running when the TV's off, or is it just somehow cancelling out the rumbling? I don't get it. Wow, bro just like smashed us into all his equipment. He just lost a lot of money right now. The way they appear in the view there is interesting because it's not based on their number, like their lab member number. Dogma in Event Horizon, a new title for an episode finally. See, yeah, the TV downstairs. The lifter! Ah, that makes sense because we were questioning what our lifter was. How does a TV work as a lifter? Like, what? I guess that's just something we shouldn't question. Well, that's good that you're realizing how this works, because I don't have a damn clue. Yeah, we can't say anything, it'll turn to jelly. Yeah, exactly what she said. Yeah, what are we gonna send, emojis? Pictures? Are we gonna send a magazine? Memories. We're going to send memories? How do we... Are we going to connect our brains somehow to the microwave? How will that work? Memory data, yeah, but how? I mean, she is a smarty pants. She just said this is her whole shtick. Huh. So is this a way for everyone but Kyoma to remember? Time leap, sick. Why should I pipe PPP? PIPIPI? Oh hell yeah, we're in the final stages. Verdandi no. Wake me. Yeah, literally what? How do we connect it to a microwave? Yeah, right? It's a microwave. She's very mysterious. We need to learn more about this Makise Kurisu. So we will know things in the past. Yeah, that does sound scary. I don't know. Maybe Kurisu's just not okay with sending her memories. She's happy with how things are. This is true. One thing I think I realized while I was editing episodes is that I think what happens after you send your memories, yeah, literally. Yeah, But does your brain just become dead? Do you forget those memories?
こうやってオカリンとお話ししてるでしょ。そのマユシーが1週間前に飛んで1週間をやり直したとするでしょ。その時オカリンとお話しないように行動したらどうなっちゃうのかな。
それはおそらくマユリの中に記憶は残るが、話したという事実は消える。
つまりマユシーはお話ししたことを覚えてるのに、オカリンは全然知らないってことになるの。
そうだな。
だとしたらね。
That is kind of sad. She's got a point.
俺が
For her. She likes spending time for you. With you.
モエカさんだ。
Moeka? Shining finger? Why are we getting ominous? I think I realized that anytime we get transferred, like everyone forgets everything but us. It seems that the experiment was successful.
タイムマシンは破棄した？
まだ使ってるよ。それでね、今度はタイムリープができるかもしれないんだ。
軽々しく話すな。
でもモエカさんもラボメンだよ。
記憶の時間跳躍を可能にする。
記憶の。
What's her deal?
モエカ
Walks away.
大丈夫かな。
FB. What is FB? Future.
今度はな
Aww.
えちゃんだ。どうしたの。
Kyoma, you better run away or else you're gonna get a thumping.
いや店長に一日それでいろって怒られちゃってさ。
良い子には微妙に目の毒だぞ。
毒？
Wait, why?
毒物は持ち歩かないようにしてるけど。
はあ？
それよりナエがさ、
She's very literal.
話があるって探してたんだよ。
Huh.
ごめんなさい。さっきはお父さんがひどいことして。
Aww, she's so sweet.
なんとよく
That's very, very cute.
小動物じゃないよ。
Little pet.
俺もミスター・ブラウンにはいつも迷惑をかけている。おあいこだ。
Aw. That's nice. Yeah, seriously, that seems very out of character. He's always like this.
そういや、そろそろコミマッコ。
じゃあね。
Someone's time for the what?
ナエちゃんも。
Bye bye.
クリスティーナに頼まれたパーツを探さねば。
The parts Christina asked for. Kurisu.
マキセ・クリスはセルンに通じている。
Oh, what? That's just...
スパイ。まさか。
That's very ominous.
ヌルポ。
Oh, your BSR belonged to us. That's hilarious. Wow, we're bringing it back. Wow, speaking of Achan, it's a crazy week for that.
ネラーの称号を正式に与える。
これ以上変な呼び名をつけ出す
Chandler.
というか内緒にしておいてよ。
VIP で安価を出すことの方がいいというのか。
意味がわかる自分が憎い。
I don't know what he was referring to
そこま
there.
で自分を隠すのが下手な人間がスパイとは考えられんな。いや、バイト選手がクリスティーナはセルンのスパイだと言い出して。
なんなのよ、その言いがかり。そんなわけないでしょ。
In the future, maybe she works at CERN.
それで作業の方はどうなっているのだ？
作業？
タイムリープだ。パーツはすべて買って
Bye
きた
bye
ぞ。
bye.
ああ、
PPP.
そうよね。作るべきよね。
Yeah, maybe you should get round to doing the thing you said you do.
どういうこと？
Yeah, things are getting pretty real at this point.
それもある。どうせこっちも半分はバレてるみたいだし。
Okay, let's learn about Kurisu.
あんたの顔が見えないとこにして。
You gotta go to a confessional? Like, what?
私、父親との間にちょっと問題を
I
抱えて
mean,
る
I
の。
figured it was
で
family
は
problems.
アーカンソーで雷に打たれ。
高すならもう話さない。
Yeah, seriously,
わか
come
った
on.
聞かせてもらおう。
簡単に言うと、父に嫌われているの。
That's really sad. What the hell?
憎
He
まれて、
hates you?
しかも娘じゃなく科学者として、ライバルとして。私は小さい頃から父の難しい物理学の話を聞くのが好きだった。おかげで小学校の高学年ぐらいで父の論文が理解できるようになったわ。
She became smart through being near her father. He loved debating with him. Damn. What happened? You were making him feel small? Who cares about someone's pride? If you're wrong, you're wrong. You should be willing to admit that. Oh my god, what? How dare you? That's bullshit. Get out of here with that. I mean, I can understand, like, you know, feeling like shit, like it's my whole life's work being for nothing. But come on, there's a way to talk to someone and there's a way to... Yeah, I don't know. I love experimenting. It's very dark here. Aww. The way they're coming into light now that she's finished talking about it. I'm glad we now know what that was about.
Operation Verdandi に取り掛かる。もたもたしてる暇はない。機関はすぐそこに迫っているのだから。
You could comfort her, you could say anything.
それと同時に和解にも行く。父親は今どこにいる？
青森だけど。
行くとなれば資金の問題もある。時期が決まったら早めに声をかけてくれ。
Okay.
まさか一緒に来るつもりか？
当たり前だ。お前には我が野望のため最高の精神状態で働いてもらわねばならん。
We're putting on a front, but we have good intentions. My basketball people skills. Sometimes you're a good guy, you just never want to admit it. That's the problem. I'm dragging you with me whether you want to or not. Aw, that's very cute. Oh, are you the mother of the little girl? Someone help Maishi! Someone help her! She carried all those heavy things all the way here. Eating people's pudding. Learn my name. I demand compensation and apology. I demand 2 puddings. Damn, I didn't get to read all that. But she wants 2 puddings. I'm not happy, stupid. Are they doing cosplay? Oh, they're showering. I guess that is the shower room. You know too much? Holy shit. Jeez. Wow, this like animation style switch up to show how intense and just scared he is right now that was really well done. Did he think that, oh, I left her with Kurisu? Is that why? Oh my god, don't go in. Don't go in, no. Oh no. Oh dear. Very sad, very embarrassed. Yeah. Okay, tell them about the text you received. You can't keep it to yourself anymore. Oh shit, they know? But is it a two-way transfer? Yeah, literally. CERN. is contacting us. Is that a doll? It has to be a doll, right? There's no way that's an actual human head.
携帯に何かあったの？
いや、なんでもない。
Oh, yeah. Wow. This is the first time we're actually really, like, properly realizing what is happening. Like, what we're doing is honestly very scary. And now we've got someone contacting us, or I don't know, but it's pretty terrifying. I really don't know what that means. Wow, this episode was pretty intense. This was the scariest episode of Steins Gate yet, easily. Like, I don't really know how to explain what I just watched. Like, it felt like an episode where we were learning a lot. And I love that. I love that we were learning so much in this episode. Last episode didn't really have as much going on. It was sort of focused around like a party, and you know, there wasn't too much happening within that episode, though I'm sure information that we learned in that episode will show up later. But within this episode, we kicked the episode off immediately learning what our lifter was, what was allowing us to transfer data. And that lifter, of course, being a television that is downstairs. So we're able to use that television to commence our experiments, and it works as a lifter to allow us to complete these experiments. So great, we learned that, and I was very happy that we actually did get to learn that. But at the same time, I'm wondering how that works. How does a TV work as a lifter? That's such a random thing. I don't know if we get answers. I would love it if we did. I wouldn't be too upset if we don't, because, you know, I'm not expecting it, but I would hope we get some answers. And we kind of just spend a lot of the opening sections of this episode explaining how this all works. Kurisu is so smart, and she's able to figure out all this stuff. She realizes that's the lifter. She realizes that we can't send people, we can't send physical objects, but we can potentially send thoughts and memories. And that's what we end up trying to do. We try to send memories to the past. We haven't completed or tried these experiments just yet, but that is what we are intending to do. But Kurisu is very hesitant to even attempt to do that. And it makes sense, because it's a very scary concept, the fact that we are sending memories to the past to alter the past. What does that mean for us right now? Does that mean our current selves are being tossed aside for a different version of ourselves? And that kind of is maybe what Mayushi and Okabe talk about while they're walking together, when Mayushi's like, it's very sad, the idea that if we send our memories to the past, that means that some things that we did, some things that happened, won't happen because we won't see a need to do that. Not to draw comparisons, I guess, to ReZero, which is a series I'm watching right now, but it's making me think that Subaru in ReZero does sometimes do things differently in order to reach a different outcome using what he's learned. But we also see a lot of times he will do the same thing because he realizes that is an important part of that timeline. But within Steins Gate, I don't know what the timeline means. Like, we send memories to the past to alter the past so that we don't need to repeat the same mistakes or repeat the same things in that present towards the future where we are currently at for that version of ourselves. But it's sad because, as Mayushi said, yeah, we might not hang out as much, we might not have these same conversations. Mayushi likes having these talks and conversations and being around Okabe Rintaro, and the thought of changing that is very upsetting to her, and I can completely understand why. She's a very sweet character, she's very nice, she's very thoughtful, and it's very upsetting to her to think about a different kind of outcome, a different kind of future. Shining Finger, of course, shows up just in time to learn about what we're doing, and that's it. That's it. That's the whole point of that scene. We'll have to remember that she actually knows about what we're doing with the memory transference, sending memories to the past, because she is very curious and very inquisitive, asking questions, but then she suddenly just walks off, and that's it. That's the last we see of her. So she obviously is going to do something with that information or something. Like this whole, you know too much. Is it Moeka's doing? Is she sending the information that she learns to someone or something, or a group? I don't know. And they are in turn doing something with that information that could be setting us back. And they're sending these pictures to Rintaro to scare him and to make him think that he's being sought after and everything like that, to kind of fuel his paranoia. I think that's kind of where I'm landing with that. I feel like this is Moeka. I don't know if it's her directly sending the messages. I doubt it. But someone that she is passing information on to is sending us these picture images that are very scary and terrifying, because it's very obvious that they know more than we would want them to. Someone that we don't even know. We see Hoing Kyoma be a good guy with the little kid. I don't know the kid's name, but he's very good. He speaks to her very much on her level and reassures her that she has nothing to apologize on behalf of her father for, because we have been causing a lot of trouble for her father, and we kind of just reassure her that everything's okay, don't worry about it, kiddo, like everything's good. And I think that that's really important for her, because it makes her smile and it makes her like feel at ease. And it's very interesting to think that this little child had those thoughts, that she had to apologize to Kyoma on her father's behalf. I don't know, that just rubs me almost the wrong way, but at the same time I think it shows that she's a very sweet character. But that's what we mentioned, that we have to go get parts for Christina. And what does Suzuha do? She decides that this would be the time to say Kurisu works for CERN. That's obviously something that doesn't happen within this timeline, or within in currently anyway. It's very, very strange she mentions this, because it kind of shows a little bit of the contempt she has for Kurisu, and it kind of makes a bit of sense. But at the same time, that isn't true. She does not work with or for CERN. So that's further adding fuel to the belief that Suzuha is from a future, and in that future, Makise Kurisu works for or with CERN, and that's why she hates her so much. But in this timeline, that hatred is unjust, because that is not the case. But we head back to Kurisu anyway, and we drop some nerdy references, and she is replying to them. She understands them completely, and we give her a new nickname of Channer. Or Channeler, was it? I think it was Channeler. I didn't understand the reference of then what, you'll sage them. If anyone could let me know what that reference is referring to, please do, because I'm aware of all your base will belong to us and stuff like that. I get most of the references, the nerdy jokes that they make within the series, but some of them do go over my head. So please, if you don't mind explaining what that one is about. But fair play to Kyoma. He straight up questions whether she's a spy or not. He doesn't kind of try to be sneaky around her or anything. He's just straight up, hey, so Suzuha told me you're a CERN spy. And she's like, that's literally impossible. How could I even do that when I don't work for CERN or anything like that? After that, then we just kind of brush it off. It's like, okay. When we question whether she has been working on the experiment, that is when she shares with us that she has something she wants to tell us, but she doesn't want to do it here. Now that I think about it, that's a little strange. Has she planted some sort of bug, some sort of device? Is there a reason why she didn't want to do it there? She said so she didn't have to see his face. And while yes, that could literally be true, the closest we have seen them be, very heart to heart like was when they were in the closet with the lights off and they couldn't see each other's faces. She could open up to him. But maybe there's a different reason, and it's not just that, as to why she didn't want to do it in that room. But they go out anyway to the park. It's very dark. The moon is letting out some light, but whenever she goes really in depth with her story and telling Kyoma about the secret and everything about her father, it does get very dark. And as a viewer, it's really hard to see anything that's happening, but I understand the purpose of that scene, and I understand why they did things that way. I know that shedding darkness it's kind of like taking Kurisu out of the situation of knowing who she's talking to. I don't know, it's like she needs a veil of darkness over this whole thing, because this is something that's weighing her down and she doesn't want to think about it as something that's in the light. I don't know, there's obvious symbolic reasoning for the way she did things, but some of it is going over my head. I don't really have much to add about her father, that whole situation, besides what I said while I was watching the episode. I feel like he is kind of weak in the sense that he casts aside his daughter just because he feels like his pride is being tarnished. Like, you should be proud of your daughter for the things she is accomplishing. Like, just because she is succeeding doesn't mean that she's putting you down, and it doesn't mean that you have to bring her down with you. Like, I just feel like he's kind of lame in that sense, and I don't understand why he's being such an ass. But, you know, maybe we'll get new information in the next coming episodes when we go and travel to meet him, as we say we will do. That's another example of Kyoma being a really good guy, where this time around he's actually putting on a front. He's putting on his Hoing Kyoma front, this facade, and instead he's using that to do something nice without having to admit he's doing something nice. He just simply can't admit it, I guess. It's curious, but I think it's very sweet, the things that he says. And yeah, then we're preparing to go with her to see her father and set things right. There's going to be a sleepover, so we send Kyoma to go do some shopping, but when we go do some shopping, we get a very scary text message, and that text message says, "You know too much." And in that text, there is also an image of a doll's head or a puppet's head, I don't know, with blood all over it. I don't really know what this is referring to. It's kind of weird. It seems like a threat. It seems like we're going to kill someone or something. And that's really scary. So Kyoma, of course, seeing this text, shits himself thinking, oh no, I left Mayushi by herself. And she is left now with Kurisu, and Kurisu could be a CERN spy. So he thinks that Kurisu is killing Mayushi or doing something dangerous. And he gets very scared and he just runs off, and the animation gets very chaotic. It's very scratchy and there's no color in the world, and he is running as fast as he can, trying to get there, and the desperation in how he is traveling, how he's running, is really showcased in the animation. I love the decision there because it really helped build on that scene a lot. We get there, and of course then we see that Mayushi and Kurisu were showering together, and it seems very weird that Kyoma jumps in on that, and the fact he doesn't explain why he rushed home the way he did without any groceries shows that, one, he's trying to protect them, which is great, but he looked very pervy in that scene again. Like, I know that a lot of his perviness has kind of been because he is ignorant. He does not know. He is unaware of what is actually happening in those moments. But at the same time, like, it keeps happening, this guy. And yeah, I'm hoping that he's able to explain this to them at some point, because Mayushi says she's sad by what happened, and Kurisu says she's never going to forgive him for what happened. Then Daru bursts in and he's like, yeah, we're connected to CERN. Aren't I the best hacker? And that's when we learn, like, well, they didn't let us in. We didn't access this ourselves. So did they hack us? Did they connect to us? Are they able to learn everything about us? And that makes the whole you know too much make more sense, because if this is CERN, they're sending us warnings. And I'm scared of when we get to the point where these are no longer just warnings. I'm hoping it doesn't become the case, but if it does, I'm pretty scared. And the episode kind of just ends there at that point, with Kyoma staring into a sink, but staring really into like nothing, just terrified, scared, sweating, and just worried for the future for the first time. We've never really seen him like this before, and I'm really scared to think of what's going to come next, because I'm hoping it's okay, but I'm not really expecting things to just be peachy. I'm expecting that something awful is going to happen, and I'm really scared and really not looking forward to it. But whatever comes our way, we're going to face it together and we're going to enjoy it from a viewing and entertainment perspective. But yeah, that's going to do it for me for today. I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please leave a like and subscribe if you haven't already, and comment down below letting me know how you like your eggs. And yeah, we're going to end this one right here. Thank you guys for watching. I hope that you're having a great day today and that you're able to take it easy. I will see you in the next one. Take care.